What I want. Saw yellow pine cut-offs. I had about burned through that other wood from the front apartment. Still got all these barrels out here, fortunately, to get me through the rest of the winter here in the garage. So it's Thursday, February 19th, 2025 here in Ruston, Rhode Island. 26. God, I always screw it up. It's because I had to think. Get the fire going on some of this. Then I'll throw some of that other wood in that was left over from the front apartment. But I'm just about out of that wood. Make a couple of small pieces here. Get started. So I failed yesterday. I got the shaft back in. I got the plate on the firewall back in. But when it came to making the seal, total failure twice. I cut the can up and then I screwed it up. Unfortunately, I got plenty of cans, but I kind of abandoned the can idea now. I don't know. I got to come up with something, and it's not the easiest place to work in underneath it. Because you're under, I should probably pull the brake and booster off to have a lot of room to work, but it's kind of in the way. But I don't want to turn it into a major operation, so I'll keep picking away at it. I drilled out that little orifice so that I could get a nice flame to get up in the this thing's a regular flamethrower now. Otherwise it would only be that little dinky flame. I need I don't know. So we'll just walk around. I can show you. Got the like I said, I got the steering column. Let me plug in my light. And I got a lot of little pieces of can laying here, and still got a hole in there. You can see the light. So now my thought is I'm going to try to make a rubber boot. So I've got some rubber, and I think I'm going to try to make like a hat. Look like a dunce cap almost, where then cut the tip out of it to go around there. That's what I'm going to try now, is using rubber. I got to get that covered up though. I don't want the wind blowing in there. I fixed a couple of things. I put a new clamp down on the bottom, and I got this clamp all worked up nice now. To see this turn signal switch, this was from a Chevrolet. I had it laying around, and I was able to incorporate it. That's just got to be tightened down now. That also has a U-bolt that holds it in place, and I still got to get to those light bulbs. Haven't started on that yet. I'm going to work on that later. Turn the dash lights on and find out what bulbs are bad, or if it's the circuit board, because there's quite a few to be out to be just bulbs, because that would be like 4 bulbs that would be bad. So it might be something with the circuit board. I'll have to check it out. When you look under the hood of this truck, other than You see the radiator hose going up. I mean, there's a lot of changes I made to get the S10. I probably would have done this a little differently, except we would have to remove the not using the AC compressor, but I wanted it to have the option to have AC if somebody, wanted AC. So I didn't take the compressor off. But if I put the idler bushing, I could actually turn that thermostat around and have the hose go straight up. That's one change I could make, but I don't want to get so deep into this truck that I sell it at a loss. So right now, if I can get what I have in it and make a little profit on my labor, I'd be a happy man. Right now, though, Rhode Island is unfortunately still suffering from the recession that we were in here. The rest of the country seems to be taking off, and Rhode Island's market seems to be, as are a lot of the blue states up here. Not to get into politics, but we're our own worst enemies up here with the taxes and things. I told you the story about my dad and the unions. All these companies that unionized, and then the companies closed their doors. That's been going on up here for years.
And tell everybody that you love
Cheers.
This radio station.
It's the Bobby Sula 4, and I fought the law.
So the temperatures yesterday were in the 40s. We had rain, but there's still a lot of snow out there. It didn't melt it all the way. I wish it. Problem now is that my yard's going to turn into what I call a mush pit. For all the years I've been dumping the aggregate around the yard, still that top inch or so gets like fine mud. And fortunately I can still drive on it, but it still gets muddy. I mean, if the dog goes out there, her feet, mud's all squished up between her feet and stuff. Yeah, I don't let her on my couch after she comes back inside. I have to leave her in her bed and by the door now. Tie her up to the pole for a few hours while her feet get cleaned up and dry. I wipe her off. I treat that dog like it's my baby. I give her a bath. Then when she goes out, I come back in. On her feet, I mean, I take a wet face cloth and clean her feet. Because she likes to jump on my couch and it'll be all muddy and stuff. See what's going on here, guys. I'm gonna dig out some rubber. I got some I have rubber flashing up in the bus, rubber roof stuff, and I'm gonna see if I can make up sort of a like I say, a hat, a pointy hat. Cut the point out and then have the point end going down the shaft, and the brim will be on the firewall, if you know what I'm saying. Once I get that completed, I'll show you if it works. If it's another failure, I'll be standing there tomorrow saying, had another failure, guys. I don't know. The can. The problem I had with the can was, one, I had to take the shaft apart to get it on, which I did. I took the shaft all apart. I got the can on. But then when I started to try to get the angle, because the firewall is kind of shaped like an inverted V. Failure. I don't know. Out from Rest of Rhode Island, guys. See y'all on Bad Chad.